Okay, so now we're recording. So I'm Becca Wasso, and I've been a coach for about 2 years. I currently a one-star diamond in my two-star qualifying period. So I'm super excited to be sharing with you guys tonight. I'm going to talk a little bit about challenge groups, and well, I'm going to give a brief overview of just challenge groups in general, especially for the new coaches. I'm really going to focus on something that I just recently did in my January group. And it was this Act Like a Coach challenge that we did the final week. And so I just wanted to share with you all kind of what I did and how it went. I thought it was really cool and plan to keep doing it. So I wanted to share about it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And if you guys have any questions throughout, definitely just unmute yourself and shout away. I want this to be interactive and whatnot. So can you give me a thumbs up if you can see this? Sweet, awesome. Okay, thank you guys for spending your Monday night with me. Okay, so for new coaches, you've most likely probably been in a challenge group. Sometimes we call them fitness accountability groups or fit clubs, lots of different names. But challenge groups are really our bread and butter as coaches, right? This is a group where we get a whole bunch of people and support one another, and it's our accountability groups. And they are normally private Facebook groups. It's really just a small community hosted by coaches, maybe one coach, maybe multiple coaches are hosting them. But it's really all about creating value and offering the safe place and a supportive place, and really share motivation and share that community with people. And this is really, it's one thing to buy a program, right? But it's another thing to use it and take it out of the package. And these accountability groups offer that support and motivation to keep, to do that, to take it out and use it. So where to start with a challenge group? I would always recommend, especially as a new coach, to pair up. Personally, you can pair up with your upline. A lot of us do the I do, we do, you do type method, where maybe your first month as a coach, you kind of just watch and you join the group that your upline is running. And then maybe that second month, you guys host it together. And then maybe that third month, you do it on your own, but your upline is still in the group, offering some support and just engaging with people and interacting. Or you can pair up with a success partner or another coach on your team, or cross teams. I mean, really, there's no one way to do this. We all run them differently. So just, try things out and see what works for you. I definitely recommend picking a day to start and sticking to that. I run mine the third week of the month. And when you choose a date, then it helps with inviting. And just a little side note, I'm not really going to talk about inviting the challenge groups in this call. That's a whole separate topic, and lots to talk about there. But I do want to say that just picking that date really helps to have something to invite to. Choose a duration for your program or for your challenge group. I always do 21 days. My first group was a 90-day group, and while we did it for 90 days, it was really, really hard to just keep people engaged for that long of time. I've seen people run them as short as 10 days. So I found that 21 days works really well for me. 30 days is another pretty common one. But you need to run a group, at least one group, every single month. Ooh, sorry, I'm not going. Hold on, let me mute some people. Okay, but you need to run a group every single month. And then pick a program. I actually do general, open groups where you can do whatever program, you can follow whatever program you want. But if there's a big product release, like the 22-minute hardcore, I'll probably run, a specific group for that. There's a lot of hype about it. I did that for the Hammer and Chisel group. I ran, a specific group for that. But in general, most of mine are just open groups. You can do whatever Beachbody program and Shakeology you want. As far as setting it up, I always start with an event about 1 to 2 weeks before, and The reason I do this, to be totally honest, is it's a placeholder for me to help stay organized. When people say that they are, interested in being in the challenge group, and we start to, start our conversations, I add them to the event, and that's just one of my lists, right? Is I know that we've been talking. It also generates interest because, anytime you post in there, or anytime someone clicks going, it's going to show up in people's news feeds. And I always invite customers to invite friends to join. And then, if they invite someone to that event, then that sparks a new conversation between me and that friend. Make your event a party. Post a lot, post funny things. You want people to be clicking on the pictures in there, and so that way it keeps showing up in the news feed. I then open the closed group. I believe it's closed. It's that when you start a new group, it's that second, that middle option. I think it's closed, but somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I open up my closed group the week before. And I'm going to be totally honest, mine, it usually waits till about that Friday before starting on a Monday, only because life gets really, really busy. Before that, I'm just posting in the event. But I know some people have like an entire week 0 in their challenge groups. So again, there's a lot of ways to run these. This is just what works for me. I'm going to back up for 1 second. When you're starting an event, if you haven't done this before, the one thing about event that you have to remember is when you click to create an event, up in the upper left-hand corner, it defaults to create a private event. And if it's a private event, it's not going to show up in news feeds. So you have to change that to create public event. And if you don't do that, there's no way that I found to be able to go back and change that. You have to restart over. Okay. Before adding people to my challenge group, I always, add a cover photo and add a description and add just a few photos and kind of funny memes type thing so that when people are in there, there's something for them to immediately go and look at. When you're creating a group, you do have to at least add one person to make the group. So if I'm hosting a group by myself, I always just add Andrew, who's my husband, or if I'm running it with another coach, I add that other coach. So I might start setting up my group maybe that Thursday, and I just add one person to make it be able to start a group. So these are just some examples, and I'll share this entire presentation. But in February, I did a Love Yourself Fit Club was the theme of my challenge group. And so I made it, all about love and loving yourself. It's February, right? But this down here is my description: motivation, support, clean eating recipes, sweat, and love. And then I found this quote from Lucille Ball, and I put that in the description. And then that was one of my first just posts in the group. And so just things that when people are actually in there, they have something to look at and start liking. Rule number 1 for hosting a challenge group, you have to make this fun, right? This is, you want people to be engaged. The more engaged people are, the more interactive people are, the more successful, your challenge group is going to be, and you're showing people what we do and how fun it is, right? You have to lead by example. So if you want other people to post sweaty selfies, you better be posting your sweaty selfies. Before pictures, I always post my before pictures. Pictures of food, motivational quotes, whatever it is, you have to lead by example and post too, and encourage other people to do it. Because, there may be some people they think that it's just all about you posting, and it's certainly not. Try to post engaging posts. So, ask questions, that type of stuff, just getting people to interact. Be involved with your group. So if you're doing check-ins, make sure that, you're commenting back and forth, engaging in those conversations. A lot of times people will ask questions, and so you want to just make sure that you're answering those questions. I try to check in with people once a week. Usually this is on the weekend. And this is a private, outside the group message. And it's just hey, how you doing? I'll show you an example. You can offer mini competitions or giveaways. Sometimes I'll just do a random, for a chance to win a prize today, post a Swellfie, or for a chance to win a prize today, take a picture of your dinner. Just something like that to get people posting and engaged. I haven't really done this very often, but I've seen other people do it and I love it. It's called the Challenger of the Week. And this is just like spotlighting one of your challengers who's like kicking butt that week. Maybe on the weekend, just you basically post a picture of them and like just a little comment about who the person is and what they've done. I would always ask, like, hey, do you mind if I spotlight you? And then you can even ask if you can spotlight them publicly on your personal page, not necessarily just in the group. But I would always recommend asking because we do offer this as a safe space. And so if you're going to break that and go outside of that, you need their permission to do so. Make it your goal to just build this community of trust, right? This is your chance to really get to know people, and you're going to find people in your challenge group that you want on your team and to be a coach with you. Use Buffer. So some people use Hootsuite. I think there's other third-party posting sites out there, but that's all Buffer is. It's a third party where you can schedule your posts to go out at specific times. So for those of you that don't know me, I work a full-time job, and so for me to be able to make sure I get a daily post out in the morning and at night, it will never happen if I don't have this scheduled to go out already. And the cool thing about Buffer is once you schedule like one group, you can rebuffer those posts every single month. And so it's really cool. So if anyone has questions about Buffer, let me know. I would definitely love to show you around in there sometime. Okay, so now you've like set it up. So set expectations, I say. I always post challenge group guidelines, like, you're expected to check in every day. You're expected to, post, this group isn't just for me. This is, for all of us type things. And just to give people like an idea of what are they expecting. I also try to do like a welcome video, and just the more you share videos, the more people are, connecting with you. And then I say the structure equals strength. So Beachbody has some awesome program guides. Like literally they have posting schedules for like 90-day groups. So P90X3 has an entire 90 days of post ideas. So go check those out. Those are really helpful, especially when you're just getting started, for ideas of what to post. And then save your templates. So, I have a 21-day template, a 30-day template. I have a 10-day template, a bunch of templates. And I just reuse them over and over and over again. And I have people that have been in my challenge groups over and over and over again. And no one has ever once said, like, man, this is boring. I've already seen this post or something like that. Because it changes with the people that are in the group every time. And so, it's a new crowd, a new life type thing. The structure I follow is I always do a morning post, and I basically title it day, like Monday, day one, check-in or something. Monday, day one, nutrition tip, something like that. And then I always do an evening check-in post, and it's just like 4 different questions. And these are some examples. Again, I'll share this so you can have this. But like I said, like I call it Monday, day one, Wednesday, day 3. That helps me stay organized. And then this is an example of a check-in. Like, I always ask, what workout did you do? How would you rate your nutrition? How much water did you drink? And share one positive thing that happened today. And this last group that's going on right now, this Love Yourself group that is finishing up in February, or that I started in February, I've asked these 4 questions every single day. And it's been really great to see, sharing this positive thing has been really motivational. And I told them at the very beginning, like, I'm going to ask these same 4 questions every single day. So they know that they're going to need to check in with their nutrition. They're going to need to check in with their water. And so it helps motivate them to to do better. And people have even commented on that, like, you know, I wanted to go out for, you know, ice cream or whatever, but I knew that I was going to have to like rate my nutrition today, something like that. Okay, now during your group, if there's a challenger who is just rocking it and posting swelfies all the time and being super motivated and helpful, I bet you really appreciate it, right? That's really, that's great. That's a great thing to help move that group. And so reach out to them and thank them. Just a simple thank you message. And I'll show you one that I've recently done. And then if they continue to do that, like I'll follow back up with them in a couple days and just ask them, hey, have you ever considered doing what I do? You know, you're basically doing it anyway, type thing. If you would love to have them join your team, tell them that. And I got really inspired by a training video from, I think her name is Jessica Pasola. And it was just kind of eye-opening. Like she was like, you know, these people are on my heart. I'm thinking about them. I just tell them that. And I was like, yeah, that's so true. Like, just be honest with them. If they, if you think they would kick ass on your team, let them know that. Like, just be genuine and share that with them. And then I always invite them to what is coaching event. So whether it's a sneak peek week or just doing a live call, or with Wendy, we did this live Facebook event last month or January, and it was awesome. And so I'll definitely, you know, want to do that again. And these are examples. So this first one is just a thank you message, like, hey, so-and-so, just wanted to check in and see how the challenge is going. I love how engaged you are. Thank you for spreading love and motivation by posting in the group. And it was so true. This person was just kicking butt. A first message to actually invite someone to my team. I'd say, you are rocking this challenge. I'm so glad you invited your friends to join us too. I mean, my goodness, she's already being a coach. She's inviting people. It's amazing to see your growth and encouragement to others. You're on my heart, and I think you'd be really good at this. Would you ever consider being a coach on our team? And then this next one, this is actually, this is a coach that just signed up, and I love that she's on my team. But we had previously talked about coaching, and so I said something, I mentioned that, like, I know you've thought about in the past, but would you consider being a coach on our team? And these are all genuine conversations, to people that I think would kick butt and someone that I would want to surround myself with, because as a coach, that's one of our, cool parts about this job, right? We get to pick who we work with. And so I just let them know that. Okay. And now this thing that I just did in January, and it worked out really cool. And so I wanted to share with you guys. But in my final week, so the third week of my group, I did this Act Like a Coach challenge. I offered an incentive, and it was a pretty cool incentive. It was actually a brand new fitness program, because one of the Success Club prizes last year, at the end of last year, was like P90X, P90X2, P90X3. It was like a ton of P90X videos, and I got it, and my husband got it. And so we have all these, additional fitness programs that we already have. So I offered to give one away. And so I did these daily challenges, and the person had to post on their personal page and tag me in it, because that is the only way that I would ever be able to be organized and know that, this person is participating. There's no way that I would ever have time to go back and check everyone else's page. So I make them tag me. They had to have participated all 5 days, and then they get entered into a drawing. So the daily challenges I did, Monday was Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Focus on the Why on Wednesday. Day 4 was just thanking people, and day 5 was a follow-up and sharing value. So I'm going to show you exactly what I posted. These are pretty little, so again, I will be sharing these slides with you. But it just started with Monday morning. I just wanted to kick it up a notch. So I just said, we're going to do something fun this last week. Each day I'm going to have a mini challenge for you. If you do all 5 challenges Monday through Friday, I'm going to enter your name in a raffle for a brand new program. You can choose from Turbo Fire, Hip Hop Abs, P90X2, or P90X3. So challenge number 1, today is Motivational Monday. I want you to share a motivational quote on your personal page and tag me in it so I can find it when I'm going back to tally these up. And I tell them how to find a motivational quote, right? It's easy for us. We do this all the time. But if you've never done this, when I first started out coaching, I was always on Pinterest searching for fitness motivation, stuff like that, inspiration. So I just told them, search fitness motivation on Google or Pinterest, and there will be tons to choose from. Pick one that speaks to you, hashtag it Motivational Monday, and share why it speaks to you. And then I always gave them example. For example, I might choose this pick and say, because I'm worth it and so are you, Motivational Monday. Ready, go. Don't forget to tag me. And so that was it. So every day I just posted something like that, for Transformation Tuesday, a lot of people don't want to share their transformation pics. And I wasn't going to make someone do that, right? So I said, it doesn't have to be a physical transformation or weight loss. Maybe you've noticed your energy has increased. Maybe you're motivated more now than you were. Maybe you've lowered your cholesterol, whatever it is, share that. And so, for example, I might say, blah, blah, blah. Your turn, don't forget to tag me. Wednesday, we focused on our why. Whatever it is, share a post on your personal page about why you've embarked on this health and fitness journey. Don't forget to tag me. And so, for example, I might say, I was asked today why I work out. This is just real, genuine, honest posts, right? And the answer is simple. I want to be better. I want to set a positive example, blah, blah, blah. Your turn. Don't forget to tag me. So challenge number 4, this is actually really cool because so it's one thing to post on Facebook as a coach, right? But then it's a whole nother thing to actually engage in conversations with people. And so I wanted them to understand that it's not as hard as, maybe we think it is in our mind. So Thursday was all about gratitude, Thankful Thursday. So for those who have participated in the challenges this week, I bet some people were surprised at how much engagement your posts had. People were liking and commenting on your photos and posts because they genuinely liked you sharing you. And I bet you appreciated their kindness, right? So today I want you to reach out and thank 3 people who liked or commented on at least one of your posts from this week. Send them a private message thanking them. I might say something like, and I gave an example. Hey, thanks so much for liking my post about my why yesterday. I really appreciate your kindness and support. How have you been? And this is it, right? Just be yourself, be grateful, you appreciate people, liking your stuff, so thank them for it. And then to be in this challenge, they had to comment below with the 3 names that they messaged. And that's how I tracked that one. Friday was all about the follow-up. So I made them follow up with the people that they thanked yesterday. Okay, so it was a 2-part challenge. Remember those 3 thank you messages you sent out? Did any one of the 3 people respond? If so, comment below with their names. And I encourage you to continue these conversations. Feels really good to reconnect with people and just find out how they are doing. How is their family, kids, jobs, vacations, life? It's all about forming, right? Talking about family, occupation, recreation. And then eventually a message. And so this is literally it. This is what we do as coaches. We follow up, we engage in conversations. And so they were doing this without, necessarily knowing that this is what we do as coaches. And then the second part for Friday was to just post something on their page that adds value to someone else's life. So it could be anything. It could be something that makes someone smile. Could be a swelfie, it could be a recipe. Just share something that is value added to other people. And then on Saturday, I went through the days, and there was, I think we had 7. We had 7 people who participated in this every day. And overall they reached way more than 200 people with all their posts. I just looked at a couple days, how many likes people got. And so I was just saying, how awesome, you guys as a group of 7 just made a positive impact on over 200 people in just 1 week. How cool is that, right? And so then I announced the grand prize winner. And then I messaged all of the 7 people that participated and thanked them, and said, you know, did you even know that you were doing what a coach does? Or something like that. Just letting them know that, hey, this is what I do. How simple was that, right? And I ended up sending, because they just killed it. They were so awesome. It was such a great week. So I sent them all just a little, like a little Starbucks gift card, just for participating. And that was it. So it was really cool. Had a lot of people interested. As far as, so one of these people has signed up to be a coach already. 2 others are, one of them is going to be signing up next week, and one of them is still considering. And so there is, you know, I definitely want to do this again. It was just such a positive experience that week. So the final thing, so just closing up your challenge group, I use Google Forms to track numbers at the beginning and at the end. So they have to fill out their measurements. And then at the very end of my group, I send them another form to have them track their measurements. And then in that form, I ask them if I can share their results. And there are different levels of sharing. So, you know, one of them is like, yes, share publicly, like, you know, share me, share everything. All the way down to, you know, you can share in the group only, but just my numbers, not my name, you know. Or some people say, yeah, you can share, you know, share my numbers, but not my name publicly. You know, just different levels of what they feel comfortable with me sharing. And then I always say, you know, there's basically these 4 options, right? They can either jump into my general accountability group, which is, you know, we have a really big, it's called Sweat Happy Fitness. It's just a huge group, but less structured. There's no like daily check-in. People just post selfies and recipes randomly. Or I invite them to come back to the next month's group, which is the exact same. You know, it's that daily required check-in and a tip every day. I always say, you know, it's no hard feelings if this environment is not for you. You know, I certainly don't want anyone to be unhappy. Or I'll ask, do you want to help host a group with me? And then, you know, if they want to do that, obviously they're coaches, right? And then one final thing, or one final slide, I guess. I always offer a meal plan. This is something that you know, I'll say at the beginning, you know, I have this fitness accountability group and I share my entire meal plan, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm going to be honest, not everyone uses it. But I still share it. I use the same 3 weeks over and over and over again. And it's value. It's added value. Guest host. So this is something that just happened last week because I was on vacation. It was perfect. And one of my rockstar coaches, Sarah, asked if, you know, could she fill in? And she did so awesome. And so, you know, when we came back, I virtual high five, I call it. But that was something that's really cool. I hadn't done that before either, but having guest host, someone that filled in. And now she signed up to be a coach officially. And then finally, sorry, I'm going to find who that is. Okay, we're almost done. Finally, there's this pre-challenge information group. I've done it one time, but it's not something that I've continued to do, but I did think it was a really cool idea, so I just wanted to share it. But if you search YouTube for Keith Callahan, how to run monthly Beachbody challenge groups, he talks about how he runs this like pre-challenge informational group, and then that kind of just turns into the challenge group. So I thought it was just another cool idea, and so I wanted to share it with you guys to check out and see if that's something that would work for you. But that's all I have. So I'm going to stop sharing. And then do you guys have any questions? You can right-click yourself and unmute yourself or use the chat function. Okay. Hi, Christy. Okay. So do you then invite from the event to the challenge? Yes. So, okay. So use the event in a couple ways. If somebody like randomly just likes a post that I like post in the event, I'll message them and say, hey, you know, I saw that you liked my whatever picture. You know, I'm gearing up to start a new fitness accountability group. Would you be interested in hearing details about it? And then it's a way to start a conversation. And also, but I also use it like so I run a challenge group every, 21 days, right? So there's that week that I don't have anything, but maybe people from my previous group want to continue. I'll immediately invite them to the event so that I know that when I open the group to add them in right away. That's just how I stay organized. Allison, hi, Allison. Do you have a Google form template? Yes, absolutely. Yep. I'll share my before and after. And I have a different one for clean eating groups. I can't remember what I call it, but like something at the beginning and then like a success story or results or something like that. So I'll share that as well. Any other questions?
I don't have any questions, but I just want to say what I took away is that I've always had, the challengers post on their wall and like, tag me and stuff, but I never even thought to have them message the people that like their posts.
Yeah.
So I love that idea because it kind of gives them a way to connect with people. And yeah, that was cool. I don't do that. So thanks for sharing that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I loved that week. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Stephanie Ermel raised hand. Oh my gosh, I've never seen that. Okay.
Stephanie Ermel loves to raise her hand.
Yeah.
I'm a teacher. I can't help it.
Perfect.
I have a question about my challenge groups. I think I've been a little too loose with who's in because I feel like I've been like letting people roll over that have purchased a challenge pack at any point, even if they're not on Shakeology anymore. I'm letting people who are just doing on demand who aren't on Shakeology anymore. Like I've been so loose with it that I feel like that's hurting me. Did you do that? Do you do that? How do you draw the line between people who are still investing or just did once?
Yes, that's a great question. I apologize if you can hear my dog barking at my cat. Okay, so I go back and forth with this, but the bottom line is if they want to continue on, I keep them in every single group. And there's some groups that's like, man, it's like literally just repeat people all the time. But a couple comments. Number one, as your coach or as their coach, hold on. Wyatt, stop. Come on. Okay. As their coach, right? That's your job is to support them on their journey in whatever fashion. So that's one of the cool things that we do as coaches is we offer that continued support, right? It's not a 1 week thing or a 1 month thing or a 2 SC points thing. This is you're their coach for life, and this is you're supporting them on their journey. But the other thing is that so I said that I had like some like slow months, but then like this past month is just like kicking ass, right? And it's a lot of the same people, but then you have like maybe 1 or 2 new people, and they see these other people engaging and participating, and so it kind of like that the old kind of helps the new learn what this group is all about, and like they're always posting, like other people are posting way more than I am, and that's a really successful group. And then but having the new people with like the older people, they kind of like invigorate the older people, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I let them in, bottom line.
It's reassuring to hear that you do everything the same, because I've been really trying to come up with new stuff all the time because I have so many repeats, but I mean, I'm only one woman, so that's
right. Exactly. And that's it. Like I said, I mean, I have people that have been in my group since August, and I'm literally like, I do not have that many ideas, right? And so they're seeing the same things. We're using the same meal plans, and they don't care because it's just that like community of support. And we're all busy, so I eat the same things over and over again anyway. So I've not had one person comment that, man, this is getting boring. So
thank you.
Yep. Oh wait. Okay, sorry, you guys. I'm missing these questions. What do you think? Say, you're welcome. Yes, absolutely. I will share the slides for sure. Any other questions? All right, cool. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will upload this and then share the slides and forms and stuff too. So have a wonderful night. It was wonderful to see all you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.